Hello everyone. As you can see in the title, this is the story of the eighth wonder of the world. The story of the artificial Palm Island in Dubai. We will find out how magnificent the Palm Island in Dubai is. How beautiful it is. How it was built. Who is here. And many other interesting stories will be in the video. Now let's get started. First of all, we must confirm where Dubai is and whether Dubai is a country or not. Many people mistakenly think that Dubai is a country. However, Dubai is just a city. And also one of the 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates. And located in the south of the Persian Gulf. Dubai is the emirate with the largest population. More than 4 million people with an area of more than 4.000 square kilometers. Dubai's area is second only to Abu Dhabi. Dubai and Abu Dhabi are 2 emirates that have veto power over key issues of national importance in the United Arab Emirates. When talking about Dubai, we often talk about the luxury and wealth of this country. With restaurants, hotels, entertainment areas, supercars, and things to play that are hard to find anywhere else in the world. In Dubai in particular and the United Arab Emirates in general. People can also find super projects. These are places to eat, play, and relax for the super rich. Yes. When talking about Dubai, everything must have the word super in front to be accurate. But why do they come up with such projects? Because the leaders of the United Arab Emirates understand that riches will not last forever. The longevity and prosperity of a country will not depend on a single natural resource. Therefore, the leaders of the United Arab Emirates want to turn this place into a world-class tourist mecca. To be able to survive without the need for money from the rich. Besides, it is necessary to develop other types of services to help tourists. The super rich in the world come here and spend money. And the question for Dubai is how to do tourism. Except for the bustling, noisy, luxurious city. The coastline off the coast of Dubai at that time had nothing but warm waters and shallow bays. That is the reason why people thought of building an eighth wonder of the world on the Persian Gulf. To create a highlight to attract tourists. And the idea of the Palm Islands was born from there. The Palm Islands are not simply a single island. The Palm Islands are a place that includes the 3 largest artificial islands in the world up to the present time. These 3 islands are shaped like palm trees and have become one of the most attractive tourist destinations in Dubai. With the application of new dredging technology from the Dutch, who are very good at controlling the water, artificial islands were born. The materials to create these islands are sand and stone mined from Dubai itself. When completed, all 3 artificial islands are expected to be a place of residence and entertainment for about 500,000 people. And it is even introduced as being visible from the moon. With unclear verification, these 3 artificial islands are named Jumeirah, Jebel Ali and Deira respectively. It is also calculated that after the completion of these 3 artificial islands, Dubai's coastline will increase by nearly 520 kilometers. This is of course considered one of the most magnificent works of mankind. Even before it was built, the idea was considered a huge breakthrough. Listed as one of the masterpieces of the 21st century. This artificial archipelago is a symbol of luxury that defines Dubai in the minds of travel enthusiasts. The plan to build and develop artificial islands in Dubai initially faced opposition and criticism from environmental activists. As is always the case, when you do something that affects nature, environmental activists will be present and give their counter-arguments. They believe that building artificial islands will change the water flow and damage the coral reefs in the sea. Despite these opinions, Dubai still believes that building the Palm Islands is extremely reasonable. Therefore, immediately after that, tens of thousands of workers came and worked there. In the early years, the only way for tourists to see the entire giant structure of the Palm Islands in Dubai was by helicopter. But now visitors can observe from a 52-story 360-degree observation deck. So we know that among the Palm Islands of Dubai, there are 3 different islands. But in this particular story, I will only mention Jamra Island. Why not mention the other 2 islands? Because the other 2 islands are still under construction. Jamra Island is 5 kilometers long, consisting of a tree trunk. And this island has a total of 17 palm leaves. 8 on each side and 1 small one at the top. Therefore, some sources do not count the small one at the top and only count 16 palm leaves. Here, there are villas and houses on the tree trunks as well as on different branches of the palm leaves. With this construction method, all the houses and villas are facing the sea. To protect the structure of this palm tree, there is a boundary that is also another artificial island, with a semicircular shape, 11 kilometers long, serving as a wave blanket. Of the 3 artificial islands of Dubai, Jamra Island is also the first artificial island to be built. And this project costs about $12.3 billion. This project alone has helped Dubai's coastline length increase by 180 kilometers. That's more than 500 kilometers is the total of all 3 projects. We still call this an artificial island, but technically, it is not an island because it still has a connection to the mainland. There is a train line to connect to the mainland of Dubai for transportation purposes. And it transports more than 20,000 passengers per day. Besides, there is also a tunnel, a 6-lane underground bridge to connect the trunk with the crescent. That's about the structure. But in terms of area, this artificial island has an area equal to 600 stone fields. Yes. You can't believe it. It has such a large area. But imagine that Wembley Stadium took more than 4 years to build. This island only took 6 years to build. And there could be hundreds of such football stadiums inside. One more interesting fact about the construction technique of Jamra Island. It is that it only uses sand and stone. No steel or concrete for the island foundation. Nearly 94 million cubic meters of sand and about 7 million tons of stone were used to build this archipelago. With such a volume of construction materials, it can form a 2-meter high wall and run around the Earth 3 times. Another interesting thing is that although this island is called Palm Island, built in the shape of a palm tree, but after construction, there are no palm trees on the island. And nearly 12,000 palm trees have been planted for different nurseries to meet this need. Even before the island was completed, it attracted the attention of the super-rich. The properties in the first phase, with a total of 4,000 units, they were sold out within the first 3 days of the first launch. The development of Jamra Island in Dubai has also attracted celebrities from around the world. For example, former football player David Beckham, the handsome and talented soccer player, has a $16 million villa in Jamra, and he gave it to his wife. Hollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan also has a 6-bedroom villa. And this is his favorite address. Many other celebrities around the world also own properties in Jamra Island. Now let's go to each other interesting part of Jamra Island. Let's talk about the breakwater built to protect the island. The crescent-shaped breakwater. This is also the first structure to be built. It protects the island from strong sea currents and seasonal winds blowing from Persian Gulf. Stones weighing more than 1 ton are placed on the sand. On top are 2 more layers of stone blocks. And the bottom of the dike is a special material to prevent erosion. This breakwater has a 6 meters wide walkway stretching in a crescent shape. And this is the top place to relax and watch the sunset. From here we can look out to the ocean. This structure is designed to withstand negative impacts from nature. It can withstand large waves. And it is considered the first belt to protect the trunk of a large palm tree inside. During the construction process, engineers had to use satellites. We know that building an island with the shape of a palm tree like this is no different from making a giant drawing. And a giant drawing that wants to achieve absolute accuracy needs the support of satellites. The brain dredgers worked day and night to create the tree, and the inner branches. And to create the perfect palm tree shape requires a high level of meticulousness and care. Therefore, the engineers applied DGPS technology. It was the most advanced technology at that time for the dredgers to spray sand into position with absolute precision. What should you do when coming to the artificial palm island Jamra? On this island, there are extremely luxurious hotels. Only people with extremely high incomes. I must say extremely rich. Can imagine it? People say that this place is moving towards a level of luxury that is rare in the world even in dreams. Here, the services and amenities are not only complete but also luxurious. Lavish. Top-notch and rare in the world. This is of course where the highest rise buildings, villas, resorts, and the most luxurious hotels in the world are located. The most prominent of which is the Dubai Atlantis Hotel, with 1.529 rooms. Prices range from $800 to nearly $30,000 a night. Here you can also swim with ocean creatures. There is a giant aquarium. There are 65,000 marine animals, including 14 species of sharks and even tailfish. This is also one of the favorite check-in locations for tourists. And not only that. In this area in the Middle East, to become a counterweight to the UAE, Qatar also built its own island. That is the Pearl Island of Qatar. The Pearl Island of Qatar is also an artificial island. And it covers nearly 4 square kilometers. Much smaller than the Palm Island of the UAE. This is the first land in Qatar to be owned by foreigners. And it is one of the most luxurious and wealthy areas in Qatar. The Pearl Island of Qatar is a place where they are proud to have the longest walking street in the world. And it is a place you should not miss when coming here. A special thing is that the walking street here stretches up to 32 kilometers along the coast. Why is it the Pearl Island? The Pearl Island of Qatar is called the Pearl Island because of the traditional pearl diving profession of the Qatari seas. Qatar used to be the largest pearl trading country in Asia. At a time when oil did not have a big impact on the economy of this country like now. This Pearl Island also has the appearance of a string of pearls. And this is considered the most valuable pearl in Qatar. Attracting the wealthy upper class, so we can see that in the oil powers. They do not simply scoop up oil to sell. But they also come up with many other ideas about tourism to attract visitors to spend money, and enrich themselves in different ways. Thank you for your interest in following this story. If you find it interesting, you can click the channel subscription button. Turn on notifications and share. And now, I would like to say goodbye.